the Open Compute Project. But what exactly is it, and how do you get involved? Let's rewind. In 2009, a few engineers at a company, Facebook, realized in order to accommodate their huge influx of data, they'd have to rethink their infrastructure. So they set out to build the world's most efficient data center. And they did. But it got them thinking, if open source collaboration could create a software revolution, couldn't it do the same for hardware? So Facebook shared their knowledge with the world. And with the help of Intel, Microsoft, Rackspace, Goldman Sachs, and Andy Bechtolsheim, the Open Compute Project was born. Today, OCP is a thriving global community with hundreds of member companies and thousands of engineers collaborating to break open the black box of proprietary IT infrastructure to achieve greater choice, customization, and cost savings. Our project communities are led by volunteer leaders and overseen by our incubation committee to guide initiatives in data center facility, hardware management, high-performance computing, networking, open system firmware, rack and power, security, server, storage, and telco. The result? Member organizations and solution providers collaborating to create embedded software, firmware, hardware, and facility guidelines based on OCP's tenets of efficiency, scale, openness, and impact, improving the efficiency of data flowing from the edge to the cloud worldwide. So, can open source collaboration create a hardware revolution? It already is. Join us at opencompute.org. As an OCP member, you have the opportunity to join hundreds of active member companies and thousands of engineers working together to reimagine our world's hardware infrastructure and increase the pace of innovation through a framework of open collaboration. And when it comes to getting the most from your OCP membership, it's critical to listen, understand the community, share your expertise, and build trust. Why? Because OCP isn't merely a place to buy and sell. It's a true community. And like any community, you get out of it what you put into it. By actively participating, you gain better insight into the community, its processes, the challenges that organizations face, the solutions that are currently available, and how the community is addressing tomorrow's growing technology demands, placing you and your organization in a better position to achieve your goals, whether it be marketing your equipment in the OCP marketplace, adopting OCP gear, or building out your own facility. After all, one of the most important benefits of participating in the OCP community is the ability to drive innovation and enhance the hardware and software you rely on every day, not just for your organization, but for the industry and data center ecosystem as a whole. So become an OCP member, participate in projects, add to the conversation, share your expertise, attend events, or run for an OCP leadership position. There are countless ways you can take part in our community and in reimagining our world's hardware infrastructure. Discover them all at www.opencompute.org.
Welcome to the 2019 OCP Regional Summit. Please welcome Chairman and President, Open Compute Project Foundation, Mark Roenigk.
Good morning. Welcome to Amsterdam. We appreciate you guys making the trip. We got a great two-day event for you. But before I get started, I'd like to thank everybody for your continued support of open technologies and specifically for your contributions to the success of the Open Compute Foundation and Open Compute community. In 2019, believe it or not, of all the events that we've had throughout the year, from the Global Summit in March in San Jose, through the engineering workshops that we had throughout Asia in the spring and summer, to this event here in the fall in Amsterdam, we've had over 10,000 attendees at these events. An example of the success would be the Open Compute engineering workshop we had in China. We had over 800 attendees and over 200, if you can believe this, over 200,000 engineers attended via the WeChat platform. So just crazy participation. Here in Europe, we have had an increase, a 34% increase in membership, which is phenomenal. And of the OCP ready data centers, 3 are here in Europe. So thank you guys very much for that. Moving quickly to the OCP marketplace, we've added 29 new products. I'd like to thank the OCP Foundation. They do a great job of product lifecycle management. We've had a few products be discontinued, and we've added 29. As you can see, 17 OCP open accepted were added to the site, and 12 OEM inspired. So we continue to add new products, and that is a testament, right, to the work done by the community. So thank you for that. Since 2011, when we started OCP, there's been 189 contributions from 54 companies. In 2019, here in the EMEA region, we've added 18 contributions. So again, picking up momentum here in the European region, and we very much appreciate that. Here's a list of some of those companies that have made those contributions, and we do appreciate it. A couple things that I'd like to highlight before I turn it over to Rocky. The 7 joint development projects that we've got going on. You can see them in the OCP Experience Lab upstairs. I'd like to pay particular attention to, we added the ORV3, or the Open Rack V3 initiative. We announced that at the OCP Engineering Workshop in China. And then also the, the OAM project, the OCP Accelerator Module. That team has actually increased their scope. And so that is now called the OEM Accelerator Infrastructure. Instead of just the module plugging into the board, we go all the way down to the board and system level. So make sure you stop by that booth and see the great work that that team's doing. It is really exciting to see the push for innovation when you get the right people around a table collaborating, and we're really pleased with the progress that those projects have made, not only from an innovation perspective, but the speed in which those teams are getting those things to market is incredible. So thank you for the members that are working on those projects. The other thing I'd like to call attention to is last year we kicked off the Future Technology Symposium, and our intent there from a board perspective was to bring academia and industry together to solve tomorrow's problems. And so, I don't know, maybe you could say we open sourced research and development, but it's been a big success. Again, upstairs, they've got 9 posters and white papers. I encourage you to go up and spend time with those researchers and scientists. Very fascinating work going on. A lot of things on liquid cooling, et cetera. But also they will be presenting their work in 10-minute segments tomorrow. So I encourage you to attend those as well. With that said, on behalf of the board, we don't reach this type of success in an open technology community, right, without the full support of the community, without the IC chairs, certainly without the project members and the entire community, the sponsors here today, the exhibitors. On behalf of the board, we'd like to thank each of you. So please, as I'm welcoming Rocky Bullock, the CEO of Open Compute Foundation, please give yourselves a hand. Thank you.